Can I sell my home during foreclosure in Nevada? Today, I will share with you the meaning of foreclosure and the 6 steps or phases of the foreclosure process. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Let's dive in by explaining exactly what is foreclosure. Foreclosure means that the mortgage company has obtained ownership of your house through a legal process. In short, the bank repossesses your house, and this happens when you fail to pay your mortgage, which is a violation of the loan. Once the house is in foreclosure here in Nevada, the lender then sells it to recoup the property's losses. This has a number of consequences, including home eviction. One of the most difficult impacts of foreclosure is the loss of a home. It means that you may have to start from scratch and lose any equity you already had established. Credit score gets damaged. If you lost your property to foreclosure, you will find it very difficult to get a new house, to establish credit, or even get a job. Also, when the proceeds of the foreclosure are not enough to pay the entire mortgage, it creates what is called a deficiency balance, and the lender may sue you in order to collect the remaining payment. To understand how to sell a house in Nevada during the foreclosure process, first we must identify the foreclosure timeline. Generally speaking, this process has 6 phases or 6 steps. The first step is the first missed payment. When you miss a payment, the lender could give you a grace period of about 15 days. If you fail to pay during the given period, the given grace period, then you will pay an additional late fee. Some lenders will report, they're more rigid and will report the delayed payment to the credit bureau, damaging your credit score. Number 2 will be default. Continuously missing mortgage payments would put you, the homeowner, into default. Usually, lenders consider a homeowner as default if they fail to pay the mortgage after 30 days. Once in default, the next step will depend on the type of foreclosure process the homeowner is in. It can be either judicial or non-judicial. A judicial foreclosure process takes place in the state's court system because the mortgage agreement doesn't have a power of sale. A non-judicial foreclosure process gives the lender the power to foreclose a property without a court order. Here in Nevada, we are a non-judicial state, which means that the foreclosure is completed by an auction sale that is as opposed to a court proceeding. Phase number 3, the notice of default or foreclosure lawsuit. If the foreclosure is non-judicial, like here in Nevada, you, the homeowner, will receive a notice of default, which states how much needs to be paid, including the mortgage, the late fees, and even foreclosure fees. You will have 90 days to repay what is owed. If the amount cannot be paid, then you can ask the lender for a new repayment agreement. In a judicial foreclosure, a foreclosure lawsuit is filed by the lender. The homeowner must respond to this immediately unless you want the judge to grant a default judgment in favor of the lender. Once a response has been made, the case will go to trial and the homeowner can seek legal advice from an attorney. The 4th phase is the pre-foreclosure time. This is the time between the issuance of the notice of default to the house foreclosure auction. This is called the pre-foreclosure. During this period, the homeowner can pay what is owed or talk to the lender about a possible payment plan to avoid foreclosure. If you don't have enough money to pay the lender, or the lender does not approve a new repayment agreement, a good alternative will be selling the property. In fact, selling the house during this period is highly recommended. Now, phase number 5, the notice of sale. When you fail to pay what is owed during the pre-foreclosure process, the lender will publish a notice of sale in the local newspaper. The time of the notice of sale to the actual foreclosure auction can take between 2 to 3 months, but it can be shorter. You still can sell the property during this period, but obviously time is of the essence, and to avoid foreclosure here in Nevada. And the last phase is the eviction from the home. You will be issued an order to leave the house once it has been foreclosed. Typically, all the occupants of the property will only be given a few days to leave. If you refuse to leave, the local authority or the sheriff will ask you to leave and impound your belongings. As you can see, nothing prevents you from selling your house in foreclosure here in Nevada. However, it is a complex process compared to selling a typical property due to the time restrictions. That being said, once you receive a notice of default, you must act quickly, immediately, especially if you know you cannot pay the bank what you owe. Don't wait until it's almost the date of the foreclosure auction before contacting your trusted realtor for advice.